right, so we are going to be making these cute little hearts today. We have Valentine's Day coming up in a couple of weeks, so we are going to go ahead and make these cute little hearts. So today you will have a piece of paper that looks like this. You will have one of those ink daubers, those very special daubers that we talked about that has a very special sponge on the end of it that will release the ink. Remember, this is the one thing that will not come out of your clothes, so be very, very, very careful when you're using these. We will be using markers, and we're going to just be using plain water and a paintbrush. So if you notice, I also have some ideas for eyes and mouths that we can use for our hearts. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and draw our heart. So we'll be doing this in two parts. We're going to draw, and then we're going to go back and add our color. So what we're going to do today, if you notice a heart, let's look at the shape of a heart. And if you notice that it kind of looks like an M, or you know those birds that we draw, those little, I love to call that the bird shape. One of those birds that's just roundy, you stop, and then roundy, and then stop. Almost like an M. And then if you notice, this is almost like a V on the bottom of it. So we're going to break this down, and we're going to actually get two hearts on here. And to do that, we need to put a dot in the center. We want to go to about the center of the paper. Here's my paper right here. Here's Miss Rucker's paper. And I'm going to go to about the center, and I'm just going to put a dot, because that's going to tell me where the end of my first heart is going to stop and where the beginning of my second heart is going to begin. I'm also going to put a dot at the bottom. Okay, very good. And then I'm also going to put a dot right here in the middle, because this is where I'm going to start my heart. So I'm going to put a dot here as well. This is going to be the center of my heart. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to the very top, and I'm going to make that almost like I'm making an M, and I'm going to go all the way to the edge. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. Almost like I'm making an M, but I'm going to go all the way to the edge of the page. Perfect. Now I'm just going to take a line, and I'm going to connect. Almost like when you do dot to dots, we're going to connect from here to here. I'm going to slant that in, and from here to here. And that's going to give us a perfect amount of heart. Perfect. All right, we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to start here, and we're going to make almost like that big bird shape. And we're going to go all the way to the edge. I'm going to do this here, almost like an M, all the way to the edge, and I'm going to stop. Perfect. Now, here's my connect the dot. I'm going to do a diagonal straight down to my dot, a diagonal straight down to my dot. Perfect. So now you've got, and if you need to kind of clean it up some, that's okay. We can do that. Now we have two beautiful hearts. The next thing we have to do is we have to decide what face we want in our hearts. So let's see. I really like just these simple eyes right here, so I think I'm going to do those eyes here. Do me a little dot in the center. And then I need a mouth, and I like this mouth right here. All it is an oval with a bird shape in it, kind of like the top of our hearts. So I'm going to do an oval, and I'm going to put one of those birds. There we go, and there's his little tongue. Perfect. All right, and now I need to make a face on the bottom, and I think I want this one. A girl. And she's closing her eyes. So I'm going to give her some little eyelashes. And let's see what kind of mouth. I like the toofies. I like the little toofies. So I think I'm going to do that mouth right there. I'm going to go straight across. I'm going to put a couple of little rectangles. I'm going to come down like this, and I'm going to do a diagonal and a diagonal. Perfect. And then we're going to have to let this dry. And while you are letting this dry, you will come to carpet, and Ms. Recker's going to show you how to do the color. Perfect.